This is about cheap DIY YouTube lights for beginners on a tight budget, and later on I will cover some video lighting tips. The problems began from day one when I began my YouTube channel. I was making videos from my own bedroom, and when I was doing this I noticed that the brightness of the room would change from morning to evening, and the shadows will shift, and it didn't look nice on the YouTube channel. So I thought I could use a table lamp to compensate for this. Using a table lamp as a substitute for studio lights had its pros and cons. It was cheap and bright at 1500 lumens, but it was a spotlight on my face, and those bright glares would show up as reflections on my spectacles. I tried softening the glare with baking paper. You know, it's waxy and translucent, but that was not enough. The reflection of the table lamp was not pleasing to look at in the videos. At one point I thought I would make my videos at night, which meant working at night and sleeping in day, as there was no traffic noise outside my window. The traffic noise was so bad that I had to stop recording when there was a motorbike or lorry passing by the house, and after it had gone I had to start recording again, and that made it difficult to make a YouTube video. Sometimes I spent hours just to do 2 or 3 minutes of videos. So that is why I said, okay, let me try and switch to nighttime videos. But when I looked around for studio lights, they were very expensive. Some were over 1,000. The cheaper ones were over 1,000 ringgit, which is about 230 US. And there was no softbox diffuser stands included. There was separate pricing. At that point I said, okay, let me build my own lights, studio lights. So the cheapest lights were the fluorescent tube lights, okay? But the problem with fluorescent tube lights is there would be flicker. So the alternative to fluorescent tube lights was the modern energy saving LED lights. These are the T8 tube lights, and I found out after building it there is no flicker, so it was a very good alternative. Each light was 2244 lumens, so when I put 3 lights together it came up to 6732 lumens, which is very bright. And what you can see right now, I'm using I made 2 sets of studio lights with the LED tube, T8 tubes, one over there in front of me, and the other on the right hand side. So one is coming from this direction and the other one is coming from in the front of me. So you can see I'm quite well lit up. So I went around. I can't just have 3 lights hanging around, right? So I have to put it on a frame and a framework, and I used wooden planks. I bought 10-foot wooden planks, had it cut into 2 5-foot pieces because the tube lights are 4 feet long, and I mounted them with an L plate and wired it up so that I could plug into the mains and let it switch on. And that was very bright. Even in daylight it is bright. At night time it's bright. So that really saved me a lot of money. Actually it cost me about 180 ringgit to build, including the 2 wooden planks and the lugs and the cabling, 7 meters of cabling, and the plugs and the wiring and the mounting 2 planks. That comes to about about, and that comes to about $42 US, which is very cheap. And I can move them around. I can change the lights later on. I know there is these are 22 watt lights. There is a 28 watt light available, but it's not in Malaysia yet, and they are supposed to be about 20 to 30% brighter, so it be even brighter for me. And the nice thing about these tube lights is that there are 3 fluorescent lamps on one light, and I can take out 1 or 2 and adjust the brightness. I can make it 1/3 as dim, 2/3 as 1/3 as bright. I can make them as 1/3 as bright, 2/3 as bright, or even full brightness. So it's become very convenient for me, and it's really bright. It brightens up the whole room. You can see the whole room. I will connect each tube LED with a switch so that I can switch them on and off individually, and thereby control the brightness of my video lighting. This is my DIY studio lights for YouTube videos. As you can see, there are 2 planks of wood. One is to give the base, the other is to support the LED lights, and they are mounted by 2 L brackets, actually 4 L brackets. This is with 1 light on my right and 1 light in front of my face. This is with 1 light on my right and 2 lights in front of me. This is with 1 light on my right and 3 lights in front of me. Did you notice the difference as I was playing around with the lighting to adjust the shadows and the overexposure? Let me know in the comments. Let me recap some of the video lighting tips. Number 1, don't use a fluorescent tube because fluorescent tubes have a flicker. Use the LED T8 tubes. There's no flicker, as you can see. There's no flicker on my face, right? The lighting is not flickering. Number 2, don't use table lamp unless you're, let's say, reflecting the lighting on the wall, and the reflection is lighting your face, because the spotlight is very powerful and it will show up, especially if you're wearing glasses, it will show up as reflection on your glasses and block the view of your eyes. Another very important tip is that adjust the lighting so that your image, your face looks 3D. Whatever you are making a video of 3D, get the shadows right, and get your brightness correct. Don't overexpose the brightness on one side, and that will give you a much better video. And I noticed that if there is a slow movement, the image looks more 3D. The other thing I want to mention is if you're just starting as a beginner your own YouTube channel, you don't have to buy some expensive studio lights. You just use some T8 LED tubes, right? And they are very bright, and they're a diffuse light. You don't need a soft box, you don't need a diffuser. There are so many advantages by using these LED T8 tube lights. And okay, the other thing I would like to tell you is please support my videos and my blogs. There is a link down there for support, and click on it, and I am advertising as an affiliate for Amazon several different products where I get a small commission. There are photographs, computers, towels, t-shirts, all sorts of stuff. and I have some affiliate programs that you can join also. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have learned how to budget yourself and make cheaper lights and wonderful videos.